Today we're doing, and hopefully my book matches y'all's. This is going to be like a bump in the road sort of thing that we're going to have to get past, because being that this is the last year that the school has 7th and 8th grade, there's no way that they're going to buy me another TE, teacher's edition, so to match your book. So bear with me and let me know if ever I'm doing, like today is going to be 1.2, adding integers. If your book, what?
My pencil has a ball.
Okay. If your book does not say 1.2 adding integers, you need to let me know. Okay? So just if we, like a problem like Atalia yesterday said, oh look, here's a I told 8th grade about it. The problem in her book was different, or y'all's book was different than the one in my book. And so they added something to the instruction that I've never had. So I had to quickly stop everything and go to the board and teach y'all. So it may not be in your notes. So if you come across a problem that is different than what my notes that I've always used, just let me know and I'll quickly teach you. Does that make sense? It may not be in the video or in your notes, but y'all just need to add it to your notes. Okay. Let's get started. Let's see. We're on 1.2. I don't know what page it is.
Page 7. I mean, page 6.
All right, we're going to jump right into it because I know you had a lot of this last year. Whether you mastered it last year or not, it's okay. And hear me out. If last year you completely understood positives and negatives, then that is excellent. If you did not, it's okay. Let's pause this for interruption. All right. On a number line. This is the basics right here. If some of you need to draw number lines when doing this, this is fine. So we're going to start with the basics and then I'm going to move past it. Find first number. Two, you're going to add the second number to the first. By moving that many spaces from the original position. Some of you are going to be like, what? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to explain it to you. And again, this is the basic explanation. Some people still prefer to do this method. And then as soon as I explain this, and it's just going to take about half a page, I'm going to show you the basic rule that you can memorize and just use it. So I'm not saying all of you have to do it this way. 3, for positive numbers, see, that's numbers, that's not hashtag. Move right. For negative numbers, move left. And then as soon as you're done, put your pencil down so I know that you're done. And then I'll give you 2 examples. No, Alexis did, actually. Who's in high school. Okay, first example. 1 plus 4 equals 5. How do we know that? Well, because we went to first, second, and third, and fourth, fifth grade. But if we were to look at this as basic integers, let me show you. For now on, literally from here on out, you are to look at each number as its own entity. For example, that is a positive 1. That is a positive 4. And that is how you have to look at it. We're not looking at it as 1 plus 4. From here on out, for the rest of your math career, junior high, high school, college, you are not to look at that as 1 plus 4. You are to look at it as I'm combining 1 and 4. I'm combining positive 1 and positive 4. Trust me when I tell you. So, we have 0, the first digit. See, find the first number. So, number 1 says find the first number. Oh, look, it's 1. First number is 1. I'm going to put it on my number line. It says, then add the second number to the first by moving that many spaces from the original position. So we have plus 4. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4 places. And my answer is 5. Because we're adding, we move 4 places. This is the number line way of doing this. Now, it's fine at the beginning. Trust me when I tell you, you need to start moving away from this method though. Okay? I'm going to do one more and then we're going to fly past it. So, example B. Let's say I have -1 and I'm going to combine it with a -4. Now that's going to be a little bit different. Okay. Number 1 up there says find the first number. First number is what, boys and girls?
1.
So I'm starting right there. Put my dot. My second number is -4. So which direction am I going to go this time?
-4.
Yeah, to the left. -4 times. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the left. And my answer is -5. So that is, if you get confused, and it does happen, you can use the number line. Find whatever the first digit is, put that on there, and if it's plus, if the next digit is a positive, then you go right that many places. Wherever you stop is the answer. Now look here, this says plus and minus. Guys, whatever sign is immediately before the digit is the sign it takes. That's a -4. That's why I said, don't look at this as you're adding, because it will confuse you. You're combining a -1 and a -4. So you find -1 on the number line, and you go -4 places. And there's your answer. Any questions? Okay, now we get into the meat of things. I'm going to put 2 stars. And I'm going to repeat this rule multiple times to drill it into your head. When the signs plus or negative or minus are the same, you add and keep same sign in answer. Exclamation. When the signs, either positive or negative, are the same. Like right here, they're both negative. They're the same. So the answer is going to keep the sign. Both of these were positive, right? So the answer is going to be positive. If they're all negative, answer is going to be negative. So when the signs, either positive or negative, are the same, you add and keep the sign in the answer. So you don't even have to do the number line if you can memorize that. And I'm going to tell you, even my Algebra 1 students, yesterday, it's been a whole summer, and I looked at them, I said, same signs, and they're like, add and keep the sign. Okay. So you're going to hear this a lot, and it'll drill it into your head. Okay, here we go. 2 stars again. When the signs plus or minus are different, this time you're going to subtract I have boxes to draw your eyes to that. And the answer takes the sign of the, quote, larger digit or number. Whoops. I gotta fit in the box. So if the signs are different, you subtract, and the answer takes the sign of the larger digit. I'm going to show you examples in a minute. One thing I will tell you, I don't want to rush through notes. Make sure that you ask questions, like while we're doing it. Don't be embarrassed, okay? Pay attention, but ask questions. If we start running out of time, I'll just continue the notes or instruction the next day. If we take a lot of notes and I'll say, oh man, there's only about 10 minutes left of class or something, I don't know if y'all can get very much independent work done. You know what I'm saying? You may have enough time to get maybe 1 or 2 problems done. Then I may say, you know what? No homework tonight. We'll just do it tomorrow. Okay? So don't panic on time. I don't worry about asking questions. I want y'all to ask. These things happen. All right, here we go.
If there's no space, can we stay on the same page?
Oh yeah, I'm just turning it over because I'm running out of space. Okay, this is kind of like a repeat of what we just said, but I want to make sure y'all, and like I said, I'm going to repeat myself multiple times on here because this is important. Adding integers with like signs, the answer will always be the same sign. So I'm repeating what we just wrote. You need to still write it. Let me see if I can get that clear. Oh. So when you're adding integers with like signs, that means if they're both positive or both negative, the answer will always be that same sign. Yes?
Like positive making negative. So.
That's when you're multiplying.
Oh.
This is only when you're adding and subtracting. And that is a common thing to get mixed up. A lot of people get that rule because that's multiplying. Okay, so for example, if I have -3 plus -4. Same sign. So if they both have the same sign, the answer should be a positive or negative, Natalia? Negative. And then you just add, what's 3 plus 4? 7. So if it's the same sign, you just add and keep the sign. Any questions so far? Sure. How do you do that? Oh my. I don't like that.
Did you hear that?
Oh my gosh.
It's my
Oh my word,
sounded
Madeline.
like this.
I don't know why that made me want to vomit, but okay. Oh man, there's a lot of things that I can stomach, but that was incredible. I think you need to see someone about that. Oh my goodness. All right, let's move on.
Caught my back last night. That's probably why.
You do that often?
Yes,
Oh,
she
good.
does.
And the reason I'm always messing with my fingers is I'm popping them.
Is that okay to be doing that?
Yes. You can't
Professional-
get arthritis.
No.
I heard from a professional doctor.
You can get
It
arthritis
doesn't
from
make
it.
you get arthritis.
Not always, but it is
A
possible.
professional Dr. Wyatt. Have you met many unprofessional doctors?
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
Okay, let's get back to this. Ugh, that's a sound I can't get out of my head. Okay,
Did you hear it?
I heard
I can
it.
pop my toe.
No,
and
I
my
don't want to
jaw.
hear that.
I
Okay.
can pop my thumb.
Shh.
Pop my
No,
ear.
I don't want to hear. Okay, great. All right. So look here. We have 3 different terms, really. 3 different digits. We have a -4, a -6, and a -2. All the same sign. So so what should the answer be? It's going to be negative. We're going to go work left to right. We're going to do these 2 right here. Kelly, what would that be right there? -4 and -6. What would that be? -10. I'm going to bring down the -2. Whoops. This is beginner, so sorry. All right. Tanner, I have a -10 and a -2. What would that give me?
A negative, -12.
There you go. We have a -12. When they're all the same sign and you're adding and subtracting, you just add them and keep the sign. Any questions? See, this is how I know you guys did not need this. But I have to introduce it just in case. So good job. Okay. Now, with unlike signs, now we're going to do with unlike signs. Example. What if I have -3 plus 7? Okay, so if I have different signs, what are you going to do? Add or subtract, Ataya?
You're gonna add, but you're gonna keep the bigger number, like the bigger number.
You're not going to add. You're going, if you have different signs, you,
Technically subtract.
not technically, you do subtract.
Well, you could do it both ways. You could add 7 to -3. To
Okay,
get
yes.
that, or
On
you
the
could-
number line, you add 7 to -3.
Yeah.
But you don't, if you don't want to use a number line, if there's different signs, you're going to subtract and then keep sign of larger number.
Did this last year.
I know. The whole reason y'all had the book you had last year is because of me and Mrs. Luna. We switched them out because we knew y'all needed an introduction to this stuff before coming to this class. Okay, so Joseph, they're different signs, so what are we going to do? Okay, so what's 7 minus 3? It is a +4 because the 7 is a larger digit and it's positive, so then your answer is positive.
What I do when I do it is I think about on the one where it would be, and I know that you need 3 to get to 0, and then just you have 4 left. So
There you go. Very good. What about this? 4 plus -6. Let me call someone how to have her. Madeline, what would this answer be? Which is the...
No.
Okay, wait. We have different signs, right? So, Madeline, are we adding or subtracting? What? If we have different signs, we subtract. Okay? Different signs, we subtract. And then keep the sign of the larger digit. Which is the larger digit, the 4 or the 6?
Well, number-wise, like, on a number.
Not on a number line.
Okay.
6. Okay, so if you subtract, what are you going to get? Yep. So it's going to be, you subtract because we have different signs. So that's going to give you the 2. And then you take the sign of the largest digit. Okay, not as far as like value or anything, but just the actual number.
Mm-hmm.
So since 6 is larger and it's negative, then the answer becomes negative. Any questions
I mean, when I do it, I just add 4.
on the number line? Or,
So I just go 4, 4.
okay.
Because it's a
And I
positive
still
number,
get
so
negative,
you're
so-
adding because it's a positive number. If it's a negative number, then it'd be the total opposite.
Well, if we do it by number line,
It's just -6 plus 4. So you have 4 spaces to the right.
well, you're supposed to start with the first digit, which would be 4. And then it's minus
So
6.
you go back 6 spaces.
That's right.
But it's so much easier.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As long as you get the right answer, I don't care how you do it. As long as you get the right answer. Okay? Any questions? All right. Using absolute value. take out of absolute value first, then solve.
So positive 3.
Hold on. Tanner, what is the absolute value of negative 3?
Positive 3.
We bring down, you need to do your arrows too. Bring down the negative sign. And then bring, what's the absolute value of 7? 7. Okay, I'm about to blow your minds. Look at this. I have 3 minus 7. That is a positive 3 and a negative 7 that we're combining. Y'all see that?
No.
Okay, that's why I'm showing you. Another way of writing this would be this. I knew I was going to blow your minds with this. Okay, I need y'all to really pay attention because your book will write it in 2 different ways. Let's see. I need y'all to look at some of these examples and pay very close attention before we go back and solve this. Look at this example. Write that down. Don't solve it yet, because I know you know how to solve it. But in pre-algebra, they will either write the problem like this, or they're going to write it like this. And it is the exact same thing. Because this is a, what sign is that 3 there? Y'all see that? No, it's not a subtract anymore. Remember I said now that we're in pre-algebra, we are really combining integers. So we have a negative 3, and what sign is that for? Negative. So we combine a negative 4 and a negative 3. What, now everyone look up here, look up there. What sign is that 3?
Negative.
What sign is that 4?
Negative.
We solve it the exact same way. They're the same sign. So we add and keep the sign. That is negative 7.
How do we know, like, what if they have it to where it's negative 3 minus 4?
It's
How
the
would we know?
exact same thing.
It's weird because of there's no like
There's no,
spacing between it, so it looks like you like multiply it.
or subtract or something like
Yeah.
that. Okay, here's
It looks a
another.
little weird.
How about, that's why I'm showing you this. Negative 4 minus 6.
This would be negative.
It would be negative 10. Because, boys and girls, that's why I said we got to get out of our head that that's a subtraction sign. What is that now? Tanner, what is that? Negative 6. What is the 4? That's right. You're going to have to use your finger and cover it up so you can say, okay, I'm dealing with a negative 6 and a negative 4. So we are adding and subtracting. So you're combining these 2 terms. Negative 4 and a negative 6 is a negative 10. This, I have had students even in algebra get confused. how about, so I'm putting little stars here, so let's do another one. 4 minus 6. Okay. Madeline, what sign is the 4? Positive. Do y'all see there's no plus sign there or a negative? So we assume it's always positive if there's no sign there. What sign is that? 6, Joseph? Negative. So we have a positive 4 and a negative 6. The signs are different. So what do we do when they're different, Madeline? You subtract and take the sign of the larger. So this would be negative 2. Because 6 minus 4 is 2. Largest digit is 6. And it's negative. So it's negative 2. Yes, ma'am.
Do we always have to look at it as a negative 6? Because if you do it like 4 minus 6, you can still get the same answer. Thinking about it like number line wise.
Trust me when I tell you, you're going to need to start looking at it as, it doesn't even as a number line. You still are looking at it. Look right here. Oh, I don't have it.
Because 4 minus 6, you're just going to the negative.
Oh, right here. So look right here. 4, right here. We start here. And then the other digit is a negative 6. So we went 6 places to the left. It's negative 2. So it is the same thing, but you have to start looking at these individually. At this level of math, pre-algebra and algebra 1, you've got to start being able to decipher this, because even your book, sometimes it'll write it with the plus and then the nice little parentheses as a negative, and then they'll do something like this to throw you off. So I always have my students circle them and then look at them individually. Cover it up. That's a negative 4 and that's a negative 6. So back here, I had 3 minus 7, right? That's a positive 3 and a negative 7. Joseph, do you know the answer to that?
It's negative 7.
3 and negative 7.
So it's negative 4.
Very good. Because the signs are different. I have a positive and negative. We are subtracting. So 7 minus 3 is 4. And we take the sign of the largest digit. Very good. Don't worry about it. It's 9:15. Okay. So we are going to start examples. Open your book to page 8. Make sure you do all of these examples that I do. Write them in your spiral.
Do we get graph paper?
Nope, you're doing it in your spiral.
Well, I need to because I only used that much on that page.
Do what?
Can I still use this page?
Yes. I just turned it over because I'm like near the very bottom.
I got to the very last line.
All right. So page 8. All of your books should be open to page 8. All right. So number 2, we're going to start right here, and I'm going around the class. And it says on number lines, but I'm just going to write this. And I'm going to start with Joseph. Positive 2. Very good. The signs are different. Remember, signs are different. So then you subtract, and I'm just writing this, you can too, and then take the sign of the largest. And since 5 is positive, the answer is positive. Any questions? Okay. 4. I have -6 plus -9. Natalia. Very good. -15. The signs in this case are the same. So you add and keep the sign. 6. No, that's done. 8. -16 plus 3. Tanner. Are the signs the same or different? That's right. That's right. Good. So they're different, and you subtract, and then take the sign of the largest.
So -19.
Are you subtracting? 16 minus 3.
-13.
Very good. Perfect. All right, 10. I have 19 plus -15. Kelly. Okay.
Three.
Try again. Positive is correct, but try again.
4.
There you go. +4. Good job. 12. Madeline. I have -25 plus 11.
No, I got lost for a second. Maybe 14.
Yes, ma'am. Good job. Hard being on the spot. Okay.
For some reason, I was thinking about Tommy.
Think about what? What?
Minecraft streamer.
No. We don't think about Minecraft or whoever. Okay. Let's move on to 22. Okay, this is a little bit crazier. I have 35 plus -17 plus -24. Okay, in this case, let's see, back to you, Joseph. Which two am I going to combine first? Yes, sir. So you can do the math on your paper and tell me what you get.
+18.
Yes, sir. +18. And then I'm going to bring down the -24. And so let's see, Italia. 18 plus -24. -6. Good job. And then, ooh, I'm going to do one more and then I'm setting you free because we got time. 24. -37 plus 18 plus -18 plus 37. Does anyone see anything about this problem that stands out? Tanner?
The
It's of the same numbers, but they're negative and positive.
Okay, so what happens, Tanner, if I did 18 minus 18? What would I get?
0.
What if I did negative 37 plus 37? What would I get?
0.
You're correct. So what do you think your answer is to this problem?
0.
There you go. Because they all cancel each other out. You could work it all out, but eventually you'd see that it's 0. Any questions? Yeah, y'all got time. Page 8. Because some of these are not too difficult. You're going to do I think you can handle 10 problems. Right? 5 to 23 odd. And every once in a while I like to do bonus. And why not? Bonus number 33 and 35. This is due Wednesday. You have a quiz Monday over everything we've been doing. All right, get started.